Hi there. Welcome to Your Next Best Step. I'm Coach Janet J. Today's episode is a Holy Week Wednesday episode, and it sits at the heaviest part of the week. If you have been feeling the need to check out from the story, from your own life, from both, this one is for you. Have you ever realized you are scrolling and you do not even remember opening your phone? Like your hand made a decision before your brain had a vote. That moment has a clinical name, and it is not laziness. A 2024 review in Psychiatry and Clinical Psychopharmacology identified this pull, the urge to escape uncomfortable feelings, as a central mechanism in anxiety, depression, and stress-related conditions. Your brain is not broken. It is doing exactly what brains do under pressure, searching for an exit. It's Wednesday of Holy Week. We are right in the middle of the story. Palm Sunday's celebration is already behind us. The Last Supper, the arrest, the cross, all of that is still ahead. And this is the day many churches remember as the day when the tension moved from private thoughts into visible action. Judas made his decision. The betrayal became real. So if you are feeling the weight of the week pressing in, whether that's the spiritual weight of the story or the very real weight of your own life running right alongside it, this episode is for you. Because this is the point in Holy Week where a lot of us start to check out. We feel the heaviness and something in us says, I would rather not feel this right now. That impulse is human. And today we are going to name it and meet it with something better than avoidance. Most of us have a personal escape hatch, and it rarely looks dramatic. Sometimes it's the phone, picking it up, opening an app, scrolling without any intention behind it. Sometimes it is in the kitchen, standing in front of the pantry when you are not even hungry, just looking for something to do with the restlessness. Sometimes it is staying busy, organizing, cleaning, answering emails at 10 o'clock at night, because productive looking avoidance still feels like accomplishment. And sometimes it is mental replay, looping through a conversation, rehearsing what you should have said, rewriting the script over and over until you are exhausted from a dialogue that already ended. Here is what all of those have in common. They pull you out of the present moment, and they do it so smoothly that you often do not realize it has happened until you are already deep inside the escape. Researchers call this the default mode network, a set of brain regions that activates when you are not focused on what is right in front of you. A landmark 2023 review published in the journal Neuron by Stanford neurologist Vinod Menon describes this network as the brain's internal narrator. It runs the background story, replaying the past, rehearsing the future, constructing a narrative about your life. And when that narrator takes over without your awareness, you end up on autopilot, which is exactly how you find yourself 30 minutes into a scroll with no memory of picking up the phone. The default mode network is not your enemy. It serves important functions. The problem is when it hijacks the moment, especially a moment that matters, like Holy Week, and you lose your presence without even noticing it. So here's why this matters to you today, not just as science, as real life. That pull you felt this morning or last night or right now while listening to this. It is not a character flaw. It is a pattern, and patterns can be interrupted. That is where the practice of staying comes in. And it begins with something Jesus said in a garden. In Matthew 26, verses 38 through 41, Jesus is in Gethsemane. It is the night before the cross. And he says to his disciples, "My soul is overwhelmed with sorrow to the point of death. Stay here and keep watch with me." He goes a short distance to pray. When he comes back, they have fallen asleep. And his response is so human, it almost hurts to read. "Could you not keep watch with me for 1 hour? Watch and pray so that you will not fall into temptation. The spirit is willing and the flesh is weak." I want you to notice what Jesus does not say. He does not say, "You should not feel tired." He does not say, "Your weakness is unacceptable." He names the tension honestly. The spirit is willing and the flesh is weak. Both are true at the same time. And the word he uses, watch, is not a command to perform. It is an invitation to presence. Stay here. Stay awake. Stay with me. That is the practice of staying. It is not white-knuckling your way through discomfort. It is about choosing for even 1 minute to remain present instead of leaving. Present to God. Present to whatever you are carrying. Here is the practice. It is small on purpose. It is designed for the exact moment you feel your hand reaching for the phone, your feet moving toward the kitchen, or your mind starting to replay something for the 4th time. Part 1, catch the escape hatch. Say quietly, out loud or in your mind, "I am reaching for relief right now." That single sentence matters more than you might think. It makes the unconscious conscious. It pulls you out of the default mode network and into awareness. You are no longer on autopilot. You are observing. Part 2, name what you are carrying. 1 word: anxious, sad, irritated, lonely, drained, ashamed, restless. 1 word is enough. You do not need to analyze the feeling. You do not need to trace it back to its source. You need to give it a name, because naming an emotion engages the prefrontal cortex, the part of your brain responsible for regulation, and it begins to quiet the amygdala's alarm response. That is not speculation. A well-known body of research by UCLA psychologist Matthew Lieberman, published in the Journal of Psychological Science, demonstrated that the simple act of labeling an emotion reduces its intensity in the brain. Putting feelings into words is one of the most efficient emotional regulation tools we have. Part 3. Stay with God for 60 seconds. Place both feet flat on the floor. Take 6 breaths. Normal pace, nothing forced. And count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If your mind wanders off, come back to the next number. That's it. No special technique, no extended exhale requirement. The counting gives your brain one steady job, which is what attention researchers call a focal anchor, a simple task that occupies the mind just enough to prevent it from drifting back into the default narrative. As you count, hold this phrase: "Jesus, I am here." Not "fix this," not "answer me." Just "I am here." Presence, the same thing he asked for in the garden. Let me show you what this looks like on a Wednesday in Holy Week, or any Wednesday for that matter. It's 9:30 at night. The house is finally quiet. You sit down on the couch, and within seconds, your thumb is hovering over your phone. You catch it. I am reaching for relief right now. One word, lonely, feet on the floor. 6 breaths. Jesus, I am here. And instead of scrolling for 20 minutes and feeling worse, you sat with what was actually there. 30 seconds. The feeling does not vanish. What changes is that you did not abandon yourself in the middle of it. It is late. You are in bed, and your brain is rewriting a conversation from 3 days ago, changing your lines, imagining better outcomes, building a case. You catch it. I am reaching for relief. One word. Unsettle. 6 breaths. Jesus, I am here. The replay loses its grip. Not because you solved anything, because you stopped feeding it. Your next best step today. Choose the practice of staying once before you go to bed tonight. Just once. Catch the escape hatch. Name what you are carrying with one word. 6 counted breaths with your feet on the floor. Jesus, I am here. You will know the moment when it comes. It might be tonight at 9 o'clock when your thumb hovers over the phone. It might be when you are standing at the kitchen counter after everyone else has gone to bed. You will feel the pull. And if you are walking through Holy Week with us this week, this practice fits beautifully alongside the menu method from Monday's episode 70. The menu gave you a way to fill your protected pocket of time. The practice of staying gives you something for the unplanned moments, the ones that ambush you in the middle of a regular day. If you're not subscribed yet, make sure you are. Our Good Friday episode drops in 2 days, and you do not want to miss it. Here's what we covered. Research shows that the urge to numb out is experiential avoidance. Your nervous system doing its job under pressure. Not a character flaw. Jesus in the Garden of Gethsemane named the same tension we feel. The spirit is willing and the flesh is weak. And the practice of staying, catch the escape, name what you are carrying in one word, 6 counted breaths with Jesus, I am here, gives you a way to interrupt the autopilot and stay present for 60 seconds. That is your next best step. Holy Week Wednesday sits in the heaviest part of the story. The celebration of Palm Sunday is fading. The grief of Good Friday is approaching. And in the middle, where you are right now, is where the temptation to check out is strongest. If this practice gave you a way to stay present this week, share the episode with someone who needs the same thing. And if you want a daily grounding practice to carry you through the rest of Holy Week and beyond, grab the free 5-minute daily reset at yournextbeststep.com. Friday's episode is our Good Friday episode, and it's a quiet one. We are going to sit with what it means to grieve something that has not fully resolved yet. That one is personal, and I think it will meet you right where you are. If you're not already following or subscribed, whether you are listening or watching, go ahead and do that. So Friday's episode is waiting for you when it drops. And if this show has been a part of your week, I would love it if you could take 30 seconds and leave a rating or review. It helps other women find the podcast, and it means more than you know. I am walking this week right alongside you. Take your next best step.